Hello, how's it going, everyone? Cade Moore here, and I love this assignment about memory. It was super interesting, and I love learning about it. So one thing that I learned that I really liked is that there's those competitions where people remember whole decks of cards and they're tested on their memory, and people have the ability to memorize that stuff. And what I think is really cool is they don't have anything special in the brain. They just practice a lot, and they just they work hard and they practice a lot of um so yeah, I really enjoyed that. That was really cool. That was interesting. I had no idea about that. um the second thing that I really liked is the TED Talk and the YouTube video about him talking about what's in his mind and how he memorized the pi. That was super cool, where he basically made like a home in his house, home in his brain, sorry, and each number represented a letter, and then he'd made up words with pictures basically, and he put them in a house in his brain, and so he could just remember pi. And I think it was really cool that he didn't even try, like he was just joking around and he won the contest, which I thought was really cool, the memory contest. But I think it's really important because memory is basically what we are. So memory is extremely important, and I liked how it talked about how that when we're on our phones, we don't have, we're not focusing on our memory. It's not like how it used to be. Basically it's saying that our phone is our external memory, which can be bad, potentially, right? So I think it's important to think about our memories, remember our things, take some time every day to maybe write in our journal or something like that, that can help you your memory. One of the things that I liked is like the aid for memory is I like the house thing, where he basically had everything in the house, and he basically had the numbers for letters. And I also like the where you can make like words, like for example, like you could say sun and it will remind you of like the letter S will remind you of something, U will remind you of something, and N will remind you of something. I think that was really cool. And one of my childhood memories, I think the latest one, it was saved as a photo in my head. Like I still remember it as a photo, like photographer. It's like a photo in my head that's saved. But it was when when I was three, had a birthday, I had a cake. It was a choo-choo train, and I still remember that vaguely. And I just remember it was a good time. It was a really great experience, and that's just like probably my earliest memory I remember. But anyways, this assignment was amazing, super cool, and I really love learning about memory, and it's super important to always work on our memories, get smarter, and yeah, I mean, it will help us in our lives, because that's what we are. We are a memory. If we can't remember things, we're nothing, basically. So, yeah.